Hey, Chris.
Hey, Robyn. It's a brand new year.
It's a brand new year.
That means it's time for something real special.
I know. Can you believe we're already talking about Dr. Seuss' birthday again?
It really honestly seems like yesterday we were talking about this. We were sitting at the Vicksburg Mall talking about it, and now it's like, wow, it's on upon us again.
I know. And look, it's what I was about to say. Here's Jon Miller from Cafe Paradiso. Thank you, John. It's a new year. It's time to talk about Dr. Seuss' birthday again, and we're in a new location, which is Cafe Paradiso. And I don't know the exact address, but we're behind Walgreens in that same. Well, everybody knows where Chick-fil-A's going, so we're right behind where Chick-fil-A's going, right down.
What we affectionately referred to as Vixhenge for a little while.
That's right, Stonehenge of Vicksburg.
Yeah.
So we're at Cafe Paradiso, and there's Johnny's. Everybody knows where Orange Leaf is. A whole bunch of stuff going on over here. And what are you drinking?
I'm drinking a vanilla frappuccino.
And I'm having a tangerine strawberry fruit whip. Wow. Which is really good. It's really good.
I have to try one of those.
I don't think you should.
I have to wait till one day when my sugar's a little better.
We'll
discuss that at a later date.
Okay.
But let's go ahead.
That'll be another. Let's talk about Dr. Seuss.
All right. Last year was such an incredible turnout of readers.
It was hard to believe. And, I went back and looked at the little thing that you and I taped last year. And I think at that point, I was super excited because we had 50 volunteers at the point that you and I taped that. And the year prior to that, which had been our first year, we had 19, including Dr. Swinford and me. And last year when we hit 50, I was ecstatic. And do you know what we ended up with in terms of volunteers?
I have no clue what the final number was.
I don't either, but I know. I know, I'm in charge of it. It was more than 160.
The reach that the first year doing it, because I remember covering it the first year with Vicksburg Daily News, and I thought, this is absolutely fantastic. And then being involved in the promotion and all that last year was just incredible. And seeing what we were able to accomplish in the schools that day, because last year I didn't read. I was going to almost every single school in the whole Vicksburg-Warren School District, every single elementary school. I think the only one I missed readers at was Beechwood, because they were done reading by the time I was able to make it over there.
Right.
But I did make it all the way up to Redwood, to Sherman Avenue, to Vicksburg Intermediate, to Warrenton Elementary. It was just a fantastic year, and I'd seen all the people out. And of course, my favorite reader, and I hate to just single one person out, but my favorite reader of all of them is Martin Pace. He reads the same book every year because it is the book, the Dr. Seuss book that affected him most when he was a kid. And you can wait and ask Martin Pace about that.
I was about to say, what's the book?
You're not
going to tell me?
I'm not going to tell you because we're going to talk to Martin.
But Martin did a promo for us, and that's going to run later.
Oh, yeah.
And we've got some really funny promos this year, right? Now, they've already seen Gertrude.
Hands down, Gertrude Young is so funny.
But wait, we don't want to give it all away.
No.
We ran Dr. Swinford's straight one today.
Yeah.
And there's another one coming up with Dr. Swinford that you won't want to miss.
Lenny Wheelis has got one that is absolutely going to floor you.
And Martin Pace's.
I will tell you.
Bill Lauderdale.
I will tell you this. I watched Lenny Wheelis's already. I haven't gotten finished with the edit on Lenny.
She's got two.
I've watched Lenny Wheelis's special one.
Yes.
It's
very special.
I almost fell out of this wheelchair laughing. Just uncontrollably, because knowing Lenny, seeing the promo that she did, absolutely, positively, one of the funniest things I've ever seen.
It's pretty fun. They're all pretty funny.
But Robyn,
everybody came to play, and we had a good time with it.
Robyn, this read-a-bration is so special because literacy rates are falling. We have to talk about the elephant in the room, and that's prisons are built based on third grade reading, where the child's reading at third grade. If they're not reading on grade level in third grade, they're building them a prison cell 20 years from now. And that's one of the things that I think is so special about this program, is taking those books that are so fun, and everybody, everybody out there watching, you all saw Dr. Seuss as one of the most imaginative people in the world when you were a child. And having people that, Vicksburg celebrities, I guess you would call them, celebrities and business people alike, walking into a classroom and reading that Dr. Seuss book and seeing how fun, and hearing, especially like, I got to see Alderman Mayfield last year. Mike did a fantastic job in conveying what Dr. Seuss meant to him when he was a child. So did Martin Pace. There was a lot of readers that did that. And the effect that it has on the children, absolutely phenomenal. And I have to commend you and Dr. Swinford and everybody associated with this program in doing so.
And you know what, Chris? We started a little bit earlier this year running the promos. We've taped a few more than we did last year.
Quite a few more.
And so now we've run, well, yesterday you ran a promo, and we ended up with 17 volunteers this morning. And then late this morning, we ran a promo.
Thanks to my internet connection.
And we've got almost 30 volunteers
That's
now.
sweet.
And so I was talking to somebody earlier today, and they said, well, what are you going to do if you get too many volunteers? Because I sent out a message to all the schools and all the elementary schools and said, hey, of course we're doing this again this year. Be greedy and ask me for as many volunteers as you want. And so they are. But somebody said, well, what if you end up with more volunteers than you have classrooms? And I said, oh, that won't happen. Because if we fill every class in every elementary school in Vicksburg Warren School District, then we're going to go to the next step. So if that school has 4th, 5th, and 6th grade, or whatever grades they have, then we're going up a grade, and we'll put volunteers in that grade. And it's not a problem. Don't worry that I've got too many volunteers, because we shall never have too many volunteers.
And the thing is, the fact is, Robyn, that we all love our children. Whether they're our children or our neighbors' children, the children of this community are going to be our future. And to do something that affects them so incredibly is such a special thing. And that's one of the things. I'm not going to go out and take pictures and videotape this year. I'm actually going to go sit in a classroom. So now you have 31 volunteers.
Right.
I'm going to go sit in a classroom and read. And I hope that to be able to make a connection there with what Dr. Seuss meant to me as a child, what reading meant to me as a child. I graduated from Dr. Seuss very early on, but if it weren't for Dr. Seuss books, I don't know if I would have enjoyed reading as much as I did. And so, no, you can't have too many volunteers.
We can't have too many volunteers. And I want to be sure people know, it doesn't matter if you have children in public or private school. It doesn't matter if you don't have children. It doesn't matter if your children are grown and you have great-grandchildren or grandchildren or none at all. I have no children, but I volunteer, so it doesn't matter. If you want to come and read a story or several stories, it doesn't matter. We have people that call and say, hey, I want to go to this school or that school. We try as best as we can to accommodate that. Some people can only go certain times a day. Somebody wanted to go to this school at this time of day. That school didn't want people at that time of day. We've got security issues to deal with now. So all of that's changed a little bit, but we're going to accommodate all of that. So we want people to come and read. It's really not about how many people we have sign up or anything like that. It's about putting a volunteer in a classroom and reading a story to some children.
That's it. And as the poem so eloquently says, it's Dr. Seuss's birthday. We all know what that means. Will you be a volunteer reader about ham and eggs that are green? On Friday, March 1st, will you sit in a chair, read a few books, and show that you care?
Well, send me a message that says, count me in, and I'll let you know where and when to begin.